Good day. I am Daron Calhoun II, Facilities, Public Programming, and Outreach Director here at the Avery Research Center for African American History and Culture. Today, we're going to talk about a little known part of Avery's history, the 123 Bull Street. Known historically as the teacherage or teacher's home of the Avery Institute, the 2.5-story house at 123 Bull Street dates from the mid-19th century. Before it became the teacherage, the house was a private residence. Louis Redd built the house sometime between 1848, when he purchased the site, and 1851, when the footprints of the house and its kitchens were mapped by a survey. Many people ask, how do we get to our current site on Bull Street? Well, in 1865, at the end of the American Civil War and the dawn of emancipation throughout the U.S. South, the American Missionary Association established a school for black students in Charleston, South Carolina. Early on, leaders of the institution determined that it should be a normal teacher training school, offering opportunities for young black men and women to transition out of bondage and racial oppression through classical education and college preparatory courses. In 1865, General Rufus Saxon of the Freedmen's Bureau offered the use of a school building on St. Philip Street. The AMA agreed and promptly renamed the school after Saxon. Soon after, however, local city leaders demanded the return of the building to its pre-Civil War owners. Fortunately, at Principal Francis Cardozo's request, the AMA persuaded philanthropist Charles Avery trustees to make a contribution to purchase a residence for teachers at 123 Bull Street in downtown Charleston, as well as an adjacent lot for the erection of a permanent school building. Built by the Freedmen's Bureau for $17,000, the new school building opened on May 7, 1868 as the Avery Institute and teacherage. Focused on creating agents of social change, the faculty, pupils, and physical structures of the Avery Institute were centered in the movement for civil rights and uplift for the 89 years it served the Charleston community as a school. This could be seen most visibly in 1915. During this moment in Charleston's history, increasingly strict segregation laws and customs prohibited different races from living together in the same household, which forced Avery to release the last white teachers from his faculty residence in 1915. A few short years later, under the leadership of Principal Benjamin Cox, the first black principal since Francis Cardozo, Avery had his first full black faculty following a campaign led by the NAACP. At the time, due to a citywide ordinance that privileged the employment of white women, only whites could fill coveted teaching positions in Charleston's public schools. As a private institution, Avery could hire African American faculty, but Avery graduates often had to leave the city to find work in public schools throughout the surrounding Low-Country region. With Cox's blessing, Avery teachers and students undertook a massive and unprecedented canvass of Charleston's black community. They successfully obtained thousands of signatures supporting the NAACP's proposal. Within 2 years, black teachers and principals staffed the city's black public schools. Many of these educators were Avery graduates. Their presence promoted racial solidarity within Charleston's black communities and encouraged students' interest in African American history and culture. However, in 1954, the city of Charleston condemned the Avery's building to allow Palmer Secretarial College, currently Trident Technical College, to acquire the space. Palmer College operated on Bull Street from 1955 until the late 1970s, when it became part of Trident Technical College and relocated to North Charleston. At that time, Avery alumna Lucille Whipper worked with Margaretta P. Childs, a white archivist for the city of Charleston, and various other supporters to organize efforts to acquire the Avery buildings. The Avery Institute of Afro-American History and Culture formed in 1980 with a mission to obtain and preserve the former Avery Institute building as an archival repository and museum to promote black history and culture in the Low Country. In 1985, the Avery Institute established a partnership with the College of Charleston to develop the research center in the former Avery School building and teacherage. So where are we now? Everybody knows about the Avery Research Center at 125 Bull Street, but the teacherage at 123 Bull Street is in need of extensive renovations to continue the legacy of education and social justice the founders of the Avery Research Center intended it to be. It is our hope to reclaim the site for two main purposes. First, office and conference space with smart technology to connect students to thought leaders across the world. And secondly, housing for postdocs, artists, and social justice residencies. To do this, we will need your help. We are in the process of applying for historic preservation grants and accepting donations to make 123 Broad Street the hub it has the potential to be. Thank you for joining us. For more historic content, videos, and events, visit our website at avery.cofc.edu or join us on the Avery Digital Classroom on our YouTube.